Hey everyone, it is time for Saturday scrapbooking again. So I've got my white linen cardstock and I have this postcard that I bought at the Cape Point gift shop. So that point is where we went to. And then these are a couple of the pictures from one of the lookouts. I just love the colors in that. And then another shot from that same view. And then I've got a picture of my husband at one of the lookout areas, and then a picture of him and I together, shows Diaz Beach in the background. And then another one, and those ones are just going to be like in a column there. Now I've sped up the rest of the video here. I have this travel die and some foliage dies. And that travel one I decided to cut out from some spare pictures that I had printed out that I'm not using, just so that I have actual land, South African land and water. And I had a couple options and that's the one I chose. I'm quite happy with that. And then the leaves, I am going to ink up the edges of those leaves. I've pulled out some Distress Oxide inks in Peeled Paint and Rustic Wilderness. And I'm just inking up, obviously, the lighter ones with the lighter ink and the darker ones with the darker ink. And then I will pull out the other little container of leaves that I have for the other page, and off screen I went ahead and inked all those up, and I have put down the pictures on this page here. So I'm just adding some leaves on the little corner there. And then I'm going to switch to the next page. I typed out my journaling on some cardstock, some lightweight cardstock, and then I cut out all the strips. And I'm taking each one of those strips and I am inking it up with some pool party ink, just to give a little bit of definition to them. Kind of was the color of some of the water in the pictures. So I'm just going to ink all those up off screen there, and I have already placed the pictures down, adhered them down to the page, and I'm just really messily putting the journaling strips on there, making sure I've got them in the right order. And then I'm going to line this column of pictures with leaves on each side. So I'm just kind of getting a difference of colors on both sides there, picking out what I want. I wasn't happy with those two in the middle, so I switched some around there. And then I believe off camera, I'm going to adhere them all down. Yes. And then on the other page here, I think I want a couple more little sprigs of greenery there, but I wasn't quite sure where I wanted them. I didn't know if I wanted them near the picture or up near the globe. And I kind of just auditioned some pieces here and there, and I decided to go, I think, with that there. Not that middle one. Okay, I'm still clearly trying to decide. I guess it took me longer than I remember it taking. Okay, I think I'm finally happy with that. I'm going to glue those pieces down, and then I will glue down the globe. And my journaling for this page says, "The whole day was so relaxing, yet so invigorating at the same time. The views were stunning, the history was amazing, the weather was perfect. I'm so grateful for this wonderful experience and will never forget this incredible opportunity." This was one of the highlight days of our trip. There were 2 days that were just fabulous, and this day, all the things that we did was so incredible. This is my 10th layout for this day alone, and I still have a few more to go. So anyways, I'm just bringing it up for a little bit of a closer look. And then the second page, and then I will add a couple of still shots on there so you can see. And then that will be it for this page. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that watches and likes and comments. It means a lot to me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, peaceful day.